It seems that that baby tomato is growing rather quickly, and so is the other one. So, I mean, it's bigger than a dime. It's almost close to the size of a quarter already, and it's only been a couple of days, so that's kind of exciting. What is not so exciting, or at least not in the good sense, is that I seem to have a red fire ant problem, and you can kind of see them crawling around here. And they also managed to put one of their little holes right here in the middle of my plants, and another down there. And the other day, I was standing out here, and one of them got up in my pants, and it went all the way up, and I could feel it crawling on my legs, so I hit it and slapped it to kill it, and I guess I didn't kill it because I still felt it crawling, so I hit it again. And it basically bit me twice, like on the thigh, on the front and the back of my thigh, and then at first it just kind of itched a little bit, and then all of a sudden it started to burn, and then it really, really started to burn, and then it started burning like, oh my god, you know, and I started like screaming, and I was like, ow, ow, you know, and it was so painful, oh my god, it felt like somebody was holding a lighter up to my skin and just burning my flesh. It was so horrible. So I ran in my room, and I put like, the only thing I had was some aloe, and it was the special kind that has that cooling stuff in it, you know, that makes your skin feel really cold, and that helped a little bit, but it took like an hour for the burning to go away, so I was like in excruciating pain, and I'm like checking the ground right now to make sure that none of them are coming near me, because I don't want them to get up in my clothes again. I'm going to step on that one. These things are diabolical. You put all your body weight on them, and you step, and you twist your foot like 5 or 6 times, and you move your foot, and it is still alive. I'm just like, oh my god, how is that possible? But anyways, yeah, I didn't want to hurt my plants, you know. I didn't want to put any chemicals or anything on my plant, on the dirt over my plants, so I was trying to look for natural, like, remedies that were totally harmless to your plants to get rid of fire ants. And it said you could take grits, like hominy grits, or you could take cornmeal, or cream of wheat, or anything like that. Anything small that they can pick up and carry that is dry and is going to expand in their stomachs. And you sprinkle that all around the areas where their little holes are. So there's one there, and one in the garden bed. So I sprinkled it all over there, and I'm just hoping they will carry it all back to their queen, and then they'll all eat it, and their stomachs will explode, and they'll all die. The thing was, when I got bit, my dad thought it was kind of funny. I mean, even though it was really painful, he was just laughing because he's an old veteran, like a old U.S. Army soldier, actually, like, you know, the Green Berets, like Rambo, you know. He was a Green Beret, and he was a Vietnam veteran, so he was over in Vietnam for quite a while. And he was kind of laughing at me when it was all over and the burning finally stopped. He was like, well, now you know how we all felt out there in the jungles of Vietnam, and we'd be walking with our big old heavy field jackets on, and our helmets, and our guns, and our ammunition belts, and a bunch of like a dozen other things all strapped and piled on top of us, and the backpacks were like 100 pounds, and they were like 2 feet up over your head, and you would walk under the branch of a tree, and the tree would just be covered in red fire ants, and your backpack would hit the branch, and like hundreds of fire ants would just fall down on top of your head and neck and shoulders and get down in your clothes and your shirt, and they would all just start biting you and stinging you, and a young soldier would just start screaming and pulling all of his, pulling his jacket and his backpack and his guns off and everything, and throwing them on the ground, trying to slap them off, and like 10 guys would get around him and pull everything off of him and hit him off of him, you know, because in that situation you would help your neighbor because you could be next. Oh yeah, I think that's the trick to get it to focus. You have to like put your hand in front of the camera, and then it'll kind of focus. But yeah, that's the carrots, and that is the green onions. So it's coming along. I planted a bunch of lettuce here, and I don't really see it sprouting yet, but oh, wait a minute. that a lettuce sprout? I can't tell. But there's like all different kinds of lettuce in that package. And actually over here, I noticed something. I said before that I've never grown peas in the past, and I always kind of wondered how their fruit forms. But I believe I can see how it forms now. So peas have these little flowers, and apparently the pea pod grows right out of the middle of the flower and kind of pushes the flower out on its end. I just came out here and noticed that I've actually got a whole bunch of pea pods started on here, and I didn't even know it. So, yeah, here's one that's started, the pea pod, and here's the flower at the end of it. It's, like, drying up and falling off. But yeah, that's a little pea pod. That's awesome. And here is another one, a lot bigger. Here's the flower falling off the end. And another back here, the flower dried up. Wow. And over here, my little cantaloupes that I planted are coming up out of the ground. I know it's kind of late to plant them, but I wanted cantaloupes, and they might be slightly later in the season, like a few weeks later, but that's alright. Here's another one.